2 years from now they'll be in all high schools, and 3 years from there they'll be in kindergartens. I don't know. Neural nets seem to be sort of, they're not that hard to understand. Okay, so let me start things off. And really the two things that I'd love to convince you of is, let me just find, here's my auto-diff thing. The two things that I really want to convince you of, and maybe you already believe some of this, is one, that, well, maybe you don't believe this yet, but that the language matters in a mathematical sense, that the right computer language can do more for you than just take some algorithm on a blackboard and implement it. It could do much more. And this is something that I hope to give a few examples of. And the other thing that I bet you all believe now, because you've been in this class, is that linear algebra is the basis for everything. Every course should start with linear algebra. I mean, to me, it feels like an unfortunate accident of history that linear algebra came too late for too many reasons. And so very often things that would be better done with linear algebra are not. And I mean, to me, it feels like doing physics without calculus. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I know high schools do that, but it just seems wrong. To me, like, all of engineering, should all be linear algebra. I mean, I just believe that. Almost all, maybe not all, but quite a lot. More than most people realize, I would say. Okay, so let me start with automatic differentiation. So I'm going to start by this story by telling you that I would go to conferences. I would go to numerical analysis conferences. I would hear people talk about automatic differentiation. I'm going to be honest. I was reading my email. I was tuned out. Like, who cares about? Like, I know calculus. You could teach a computer to do it. I don't. It seems pretty easy to me. I mean, I'm sure there were technical details, but it didn't seem that interesting.